A lot of different looks.
Big play here, 2nd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Pass is caught by Anthony Parker, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. And Dwight Anderson, after the whistle.
Yeah,
and, he's amped up, the former Stampeder.
Well, he is, and he has been playing well of late, and he's made some plays and has been able to contain the other stuff. But this looks like right now he is so hyped up that he's on the bubble here of taking it too far and possibly drawing a penalty flag.
Just thinking back to the days when he played for John Huffnagel, and the coach talked about keeping Dwight Anderson from going over the edge.
Yeah, he said he'd like to just pull him back just barely from going over, and he's right on that edge right now in this last about 5 minutes of football.
Rene Paredes with the field goal to tie it from 16 yards out. So the Stamps with 3, and now Corey Sheets will try to respond when we return to McMahon Stadium in Calgary. Absolutely glorious day. They tell us there's a storm moving in tomorrow, but these fans enjoying just perfect conditions and the atmosphere you expect from Saskatchewan and Calgary.
Perfect night for football.
Well, we could get some arguments, but you get the sense this is now the best rivalry in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, I agree.
From the 35-yard line, Corey Sheets to work. Right side, and nothing doing. Dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Corey Sheets is trying to track down George Reed, the all-time best regular season performance. Reed's name's on this board more than once, obviously, with Corey Sheets just behind him and 212 yards behind him to start this game. Both players could hit some milestones. Corey Sheets and John Cornish.
No gain for Sheets, 2nd and 10. Just a 3-man rush, so lots of time for Durant. Anybody open? Underneath it goes, and Getzlaf will be stopped short of a first down. They dropped everybody there. And underneath, Getzlaf for short yardage.
Interesting technique here defensively for the front for the Calgary Stampeders. Take a look. First of all, they've got Charleston Hughes right over the nose, right over center Dominic Picard, but they're not even really rushing. Hughes is just jumping at the line of scrimmage, almost like he's spying Durant, not allowing him to run quarterback draw.
Rick Campbell's defense, 2nd in points allowed, right behind the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Good boot by Schmidt along the sidelines, and Larry Taylor dropped at the 26. 48-yard punt. So early advantage, Cornish,
yes.
Except negated by a couple of fumbles.
Yeah, a couple of fumbles early on, and it's a higher yardage total already so far, and just 1 carry for Corey Sheets. It's not many opportunities for Sheets so far in this game. 2 different games for John Cornish when these 2 teams met earlier in the season. Contained in the first one and broke free in a big way in the second.
42 in July, 175 here at McMahon in August. And a handoff to Cornish, and he'll pound for 5. And a 4-touchdown game in that second meeting between these 2 clubs.
Well, they just kept feeding them rock in the second meeting. It was 16 carries, really not stoppable in that one. Over 170 yards, as you saw in the graphic, and the 4 TDs. Back then, Ray Williams was the starting middle linebacker in Saskatchewan, and due to his injury, it's Mike McCullen out.
Second and 5. Kevin Glenn moves around a little bit and almost picked off.
Almost got there.
Greg Butler in the area, got his hands on the football.
2 interceptions last 3 games for Craig Butler. He's got a nose for the ball. It's the first thing I noticed when he arrived on the scene as a rookie 3 years ago, is that Butler has this great knack to knowing where to be and hustling to the football. Almost pulled that off the turf. Fumble recovery and 2 picks in the last 3 games for 28.
Couple of 2-and-outs for Calgary. Team with the fewest 2-and-outs this season. Good boot. Jock Sanders is brought down after a short gain. Randy Chevrier down in a hurry. And the veteran fired up on that special team play.
You know, just recently, Kevin Glenn moved into 10th spot all time in passing yards, and you take a look at where Darian Durant sits right now. He's at 25, but he can move up that ladder and pass Tom Wilkinson and Joe Kapp real quick. And the other guy that is reachable is Dave Dickinson, that is on the Calgary sideline, offensive coordinator. And then there's the 30 touchdown passes this season.
Looking for a little traction here late in the first quarter. And that pass knocked down. DeMonte Bolden, defensive tackle out of Tennessee, with the knockdown. That's his 3rd on the year. And that is the final play of the opening 15 minutes. Even game through 15. Game tied after 1 quarter, stats favoring the Stampeders, but for the 2 giveaways.
Well, shaky start for John Cornish. He put the ball on the ground a couple times, but he does have the edge right now in rushing yards versus Corey Sheets. And I should mention, in one of the 2 games that these 2 teams played earlier in the season, Corey Sheets had just 8 yards rushing in the first half, ended up with over 130 in the game. He's a big second half running back.
You mentioned it right off the top. Saskatchewan had a chance very quickly to take an upper hand in this game, but the Calgary defense bailed out the offensive mistakes their team made.
Well, that early turnover in their own end, the defense bails them out with a win on sudden change, which means you hold the offense to a field goal. You basically won. That turnover didn't turn into a major.
Second and 10 for Darian Durant. Pressure's on. Bounces out of trouble. And now we'll just throw it away. And a late hit. As flags fly in that Saskatchewan backfield.
Dominic Picard is in a heated argument right now with Cordero Law. Just trying to get, and they've got teammates trying to keep them separate.
Major foul, clipping, Saskatchewan, number 68. It becomes 3rd down, 15 yards back.
There's another 15-yarder against the Roughriders. And the veteran center takes an ill-advised penalty. So that backs the Roughriders up, and Ricky Schmidt's going to be kicking from his goal line. Larry Taylor is back just inside the Calgary 50. And out of bounds, he takes it at the 48. And he is brought down at the 45. Greg Newman with a key special team cover tackle.
Kevin Glenn playing as well as he's played in his entire CFL career. That's a 13-year career, and just recently moved past Tom Clements into 10th spot all time. Next on the list, Tracy Ham. Best completion percentage as a pro this year for Kevin Glenn, and no coincidence who his coach is, Dave Dickinson.
Quickly into the flat, there's Maurice Price stepping out of bounds at the Rough Rider bench.
Think about
it's a first down.
Think about Chris, Dave Dickinson's career, and He currently holds the records for completion percentage in career at 67.5. Also the season best at 74%. Now Kevin Glenn, that would be a personal best for him at 66.8. And then even with the young guys and Drew Tate, Bo Levi Mitchell, they're up over 70. Not a coincidence. That's the type of player that Dave Dickinson was.
Good percentage start for Glenn. He is 6 of his first 7. Pressured by Terrius George, and he'll throw that away to avoid the loss. More heat from that Saskatchewan front.
Jermaine McIlvain is a scratch. Terrius George plays in the middle, and they had this opportunity, the Saskatchewan Roughriders, to push each other when Alex Hall arrived on the scene, because he can be part of the rotation. We've seen the pure rush ends play inside as well already in this game tonight. And competition behind you on the depth charts pushes a player like nothing else.
They have the 3 defensive ends in together once again on 2nd and 10. Looks like Foley drops, and the pass is complete. Jeff Fuller the catch. On the slant down to the 30-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup for the newcomer, Jeff Fuller.
Going to drop Foley out of there. And Kevin Glenn just finds a seam. You're right, the 3 men that are going to come are Terrius George, Alex Hall, and John Chick. They drop Foley, doesn't get deep enough to create a problem in that throw to Fuller, who's just in behind Foley and in front of the secondary.
Fuller 6'4", 223. Kevin Glenn comparing him to former CFLer Derek Armstrong. Now Cornish hits the hole and then gets popped. Tyron Brackenridge unloads on Cornish, but not before first down yardage is acquired.
Well, 2 guys that are going to work their way down the field and collide right there. The safety, Tyron Brackenridge, and John Cornish. Cut back here, and he goes against the flow, and good for Tyron Brackenridge to not lead with his helmet, but led with his shoulder, so it's a clean hit. Cornish respecting the physical play from Brackenridge.
The guy who got the worst of that collision appears to be Dwight Anderson, who is getting attention. There's a guy who knew about the safety position.
Yes, he did, Barry Miles.
And while Anderson gets attention, we will step aside, be right back to McMahon. First up, the Alouettes in Toronto against the Argonauts, and then the Stampeders against the Lions at BC Place. If the Roughriders win, Calgary will have to go in and win at BC to nail down first. Rick Newman in at safety. Brackenridge bumps over to defensive half with Anderson out for at least 3 plays. Kevin Glenn quickly in the hands of Jabari Arthur, and Tristan Jackson on the corner to make the tackle. 6 for Jabari Arthur.
Just 6 interceptions and 310 attempts for Kevin Glenn coming into this game tonight. He showed you his completion percentage, reflection of the way Dave Dickinson played. And Dickinson told me a couple of weeks back that Kevin Glenn, for the first time in his career, has been taught why the offense runs in the bigger picture, as well as just the assignments of everybody on that offensive unit.
2nd and 4. Fake to Cornish into the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Parker. The Calgary Dino product has his 2nd touchdown of the year.
With all the talk about the running backs, play action should be effective for both these teams in this game tonight. That play action fake took Craig Butler right out of the play, as well as the entire defensive line thought that John Cornish had the football. Kevin Glenn has plenty of time to roll out and throw a strike.
Barrett has the extra point. And the Calgary Stampeders have their first lead of the game. as we approach the 4-minute mark of the second quarter.
Smart play calling by the Calgary Stampeders. There's Jabari Arthur. And on the inside is Anthony Parker, who caught the touchdown. Now watch as they break their routes here, who they're working on, because Tyron Brackenridge is usually the safety. Well, Brackenridge is playing for Dwight Anderson. That's Craig Newman up there. Usually Brackenridge would be back there. They go after the change after Dwight Anderson is injured, and both players out of position and in a trail position on Anthony Parker and Jabari Arthur.
Parker replacing the injured Brad Sinopoli. Wanted to make an impact today. He has. Here's Jock Sanders on the return. 5 plays, 64 yards, the touchdown drive, and Anthony Parker has his second CFL touchdown.
Love you guys. Nice to watch.
Number 3 pick back in 2011.
So a great play call to go after the change in personnel, and you could see right there Kevin Glenn was peeking to that side of the field. Nice play action fake so that no linebacker can get involved. Throw and catch for a Calgary touchdown.
See how the Roughriders respond. Play action fake to Sheets. And wide open is Getzlaff. And Getzlaff across midfield and cut back and dropped at the 51.
Darius Brooks has been playing very well in the Calgary secondary. In fact, this secondary may be the most underrated defensive backfield in the league, but he gets a little bit lost here. He drifts inside after Getzlaff gives him that little move, just breaks out to the out route and busts the spat of Darius Brooks.
22 for Getzlaff, a first down, and now Sheets straight ahead and tumbles down to the 48. 3-4.
A lot of the spat now is in pink as we all try and help out, creates more awareness for women's cancers. But that's the tape around the foot. That's called the spat. And if you run a great route, a defensive back, you could blow that spat right out. And that's what happens when Getzlaff just ran that quick out on Darius Brooks. Now he's playing well, so look for him to bounce back in this matchup.
Second and 7. Time for Durant, going to take a shot here, and intended for Dressler, incomplete. Ross Sag a little deeper in the area as well.
Well, you know, this is a corner route here where he's going to end up getting in a one-on-one with Keon Raymond, and they're going to hand fight and battle for so long in this route that Dressler can't get the separation he needs. There's the hand fighting back and forth for about 3 or 4 yards, and it distracts Dressler long enough he can't separate.
High kick by Schmidt at the 9. Taylor's got it, and he is swarmed there. Levi Steinauer led the crew downfield. John Cornish and the Stamps offense back to work when we return.